All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Apologize for the technical difficulties, but things happen, and it did. But we're going to keep on moving like we all do. Anyhow, this is another episode of The Male Perspective, where we talk about all things entrepreneurship, spirituality, and sex. Or should I say relationship for some of you different kind of folks. And tonight, we have a very special guest, and I'm going to let him introduce himself and take it away, sir. But before you do, if you had a theme song, what would that theme song be and why? Talk to us.
I got it. I'm going to show it first. I'm going to show it. We're going to play it, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Here we go. All right, look, that's my jam right there. That's the pump it up. You know, I feel like that's like the entrepreneur's anthem, my personal anthem. I work out to that song. I drive to that song. Before I go into a meeting, I listen to that song. Before I'm about to speak, whether it's if it's in public or Zoom-wise to a whole bunch of people, I listen to that song. That is my Hercules song, if you will.
All right. Hercules. So when did that song hit you to let you know that that's it? Where was you at? What was you doing? What was going on in your head?
I was scrolling on Instagram, and this is back when they just started quarantining people, and Tory Lanez, he started doing a quarantine radio. So he was like wilding out on live, had everybody tapping in. So of course it got sent to me a couple of times. So I checked it out. Tory Lanez has always been one of my favorite artists on the rap side and on the R&B side. So and I looked at I was checking out his actual page, and I clicked on and I heard a snippet. It hadn't even came out yet. It was a snippet of that song, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be hot. I was like, I gotta hear this whole thing. So finally, about a week or two came out, and it came out. And I was like, it was everything that I wanted it to be. And I was like, this is it. I've had that bad boy on replay for days. 4 days I had that thing on replay.
Wow. Okay. That's what's up. That's what. Hey, so listen, let's go ahead and jump in. Now, tell the folks about your company. What is it you Alluvioni, how you say that?
Alluvione. So Alluvione is actually the last company that I've purchased. I own a few companies, but this is my baby. This is the one that trumps all of them. It's my king on the chessboard, if you will. It is a professional excuse me. It's a professional fundraiser networking organization. So I created this company for two different reasons. One, to affect, impact, and influence the youth, helping them expand their knowledge on not only being an entrepreneur, but just following their dreams and their goals, period, and teaching people to be open-minded, to not just be so narrow-minded on one actual occupation, if you will, and to open up this perspective on what's out there within their passion that they love. On the other side, when we're talking about the adults, I created this so that people of all professions can come together, network, build, make money, and have a great time, break that ice, and just really just change the narrative and recondition the mind on increasing the standard of excellence. So a lot of people, they feel like their standard is one way. It's usually they teeter-totter on certain things, but my personal standards up here, my expectations are right there with my standards, and I feel like everybody should have their standard. I feel like everybody should feel like they should own land, they should own property, they should own multiple companies, they should have multiple streams of income. They should be teaching their child multiple languages and stuff like that. So all that's within Louvione, and just bringing everybody together. It doesn't matter the flavor, wherever you come from. It just matters where where your mind's at. How are you thinking? And if you're on that, if you're on that level and you feel like you're ready for to increase that, Louvione is an organization that you want to be a part of.
Wow. You said something that really stuck with me, and that was increasing your standard of excellence. Increasing it. So how does one do that? So people are from so many different walks of life, mm-hmm. and excellence has a completely different meaning to them.
Right. I always tell people that when people ask me like how I'm doing, I say another day in paradise, and I tell people paradise is what you make it. So just because my way of living is my standard of excellence doesn't mean that it has to be your standard. When I say increase your standard of excellence, I mean for you to understand of how much power that you could have within your own life to control your time, to control your ability to be with your family, to control how much money you're making, and so on and so forth. I feel like people will feel okay with working a certain 9 to 5 and making a certain amount, even though that's not their passion. That's not what they really wanted to do. They just kind of fell into that career because of society and whatever their certain situations are. And a lot of people, they let their standards slip, and they're like, you know what? I'm settling. This is a great life. It's not bad. My children can eat. I can help my mom out a little bit. Great. I feel like everybody can do more than that. I feel like if you always had that standard of wanting to buy your mom a house, keep that damn standard. If you always had that standard of wanting to own land one day, educate yourself, connect yourself with the right people, and then buy you some damn land. So I feel like increasing those standards and keeping them up there, don't let them fall just because the situation is not unfolding the way you thought it would unfold. Plans are never coming out. Plans will never come out the way that people want them to. Everybody has to be flexible. You always have to be flexible on the details, but just be stubborn on the big picture.
Come on. Flexible on the details, stubborn on the big picture. And obviously, like what this group is about, that's the vision. I know I'm headed in this direction. I'm convinced. I'm sold out. You can't shift me. You can't change me. But the details on how, look, that's not even on me, because you never know what's gonna happen. So I'm loving that. Look, I'm right there with you. So what would you say for you in your entrepreneur journey has been the grounding for you, whatever that may be? What's been force for you to keep you, from getting thrown off?
I feel like nobody alive in my family has ever been truly successful at becoming an entrepreneur. My idol, my uncle, he's tried multiple different things. He's owned multiple different companies, but he has a few that have been successful, and he kind of sparked that in me. But nobody's truly created that generational wealth, creating something that everybody can be a part of and everybody can work within to not only change their lives, but change the lives of others. My great-great-grandfather owned 4 gas stations, and they're gone because nobody was taught how to manage those and how to grow and how to expand that, because nobody's sharing that stuff within certain families. So I caught the bug early. I was always somebody within business that knew that I was supposed to be in business and knew that there was no other way. So every time I might have to like stray away, I was always brought back. So yeah, I think I've always been about business. When it came to keeping that never give up feeling inside and being resilient, I think I didn't want to quit. It's something I love to do. People give up their passion, they give up on what they love to do all the time because they feel like they got to grow up and society changes that narrative. But as long as even if you have just a little bit of ambition to continue to work on what you love to do, there's still a chance. There's still a chance for your life to change through what you love to do.
Wow. So basically, when you said you've always been resilient, so you was a hard-headed kid.
Yes.
Right. That's translation to the other folks.
Yes. That's it.
Okay. That's good. So was there anything else? I mean, was there a powerful spiritual grounding besides having the examples of entrepreneurship around you? Was there anything else?
I had a true spiritual connection with my wife. So she was the first person to put actions behind her words. I had a lot of people say that, oh, you can make it, or, we believe in you or something, and that's great. But she was the first person to really support me through her actions. We had already created a spiritual connection after meeting. But with only a few months after dating, she bought my first website. She didn't have a job. She was practically living with me. And I walked in one day and she was sitting on the floor next to the mattress that we were sleeping on. And she was working on the website that she had just bought. And I almost broke down in tears. I was like, oh my God, we didn't even have a product or anything. She just knew that I wanted to be a business owner and that I wanted to, live my life as a business owner eventually after working. And so she was the one that really pushed me. She still pushes me to this day on everything that I do. I don't make a move. I don't make a decision without talking to my wife and seeing how she feels about it. She has this power, this spiritual power to know when I'm bullshitting, to know when the business moves are right, to know when I'm legit, I'm not fluffing. She just knows. So I don't know where I'd be without her. And that spiritual connection is probably the greatest spiritual connection that I've ever had with another human being.
Jeez. Look here. Man, you said a lot with man. So as a guy, I mean, how did you allow yourself to shift and receive and accept that spiritual connection from it?
Man, it wasn't easy. Being hard-headed, and then on top of that, before my wife, I was an extreme hoe. So it wasn't something that I was just like, oh yeah, let me live with one person. So
extremeho.com.
Extreme hoe. Look, from hoe to wholesome. That's what happened. So,
from hoe to wholesome. All right. All right. I got to put that down.
So
that's a quote right there.
Hey, look, that's the title of one of my books that I'm about to release. So everybody will see that too. But it took time, I was hard-headed. I had some walls up for a while. It took a lot more than I think a lot of people would realize, because you want to listen and you want to believe that person has the the best interest for you. But when you probably dealt with a lot, maybe a lot of lies, you have a lot of insecurities or whatever it is, it's hard to do that. So after anger management, after marriage counseling, and really putting work in to our relationship, I was able to let down those walls. I was determined. I was determined to have a legit, not open relationship within that, but a legit spiritual relationship, a spiritual connectivity that was going to be more than just because of children.
Forthright.
Yeah. So that's definitely it took
and that just took time.
Yeah, time, therapy, a lot of communication, a lot of understanding, all that stuff. It was so much that came into play just to make me the man that I am today.
Wow. How many times did you want to give up that journey? Because a lot of men know they need to take that journey, but then we're like, man, this is too hard.
Yeah, so many times. So many times when I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired. I'm not making no sales. Yada yada. Company after company after company. No matter what company, I don't know how many companies I opened up. It was a time where I was like, you know what? I'm done with it all. If I don't make this amount of money by this week, I'm done. I'm through. But I never gave up because I had invested too much time in it, man. I had invested way, way too much time, emotion, money into the thought, the belief, the faith of being a successful business owner. And I wasn't going to give that up. So can't waste that.
I call basically you built momentum. You know what I mean? It's like you've been thinking on that and you start setting things in motion. You start setting the whole purpose in motion and you focus all that energy and you were rolling in that direction. You saw that big picture. So at that point, to even slow it down and stop it, it probably would have took more energy to stop it than to keep going.
Yes. Definitely.
That's powerful. Now, what was the first company that you started?
The first company that I started was Shine. So SHYN3. I started that in 2013, 2014. Shine was actually supposed to be a Louvione, and a lot of people don't know that unless they hear like one of the interviews. Shine was supposed to be a Louvione. It actually started off as a clothing brand. So I was a urban street clothing. I did joggers, hoodies, tank tops, beanies, slides. I did it all. When I first started, I was pushing left and right. It changed over time. It went from an LLC to being incorporated because I started buying multiple. I started buying other companies, and I turned that LLC into my parent company and had all those as my subsidiaries. So I have my fashion brand Imperfection that primary sells bracelets, even still to this day. Two of my management companies. I have a media management company that deals with artists and comedians, and then I have a business development management company that deals with high-paying clients like NFL players and NBA players. I have another company for my books, ebooks and audio books, and then just so on and so forth. So many different branches have came off from under there, and then now, of course, we have a Louvione, which is it's its own being. It's its own being. It's its own person.
Right. That's the one thing about entrepreneurship and just about any idea or vision. It's amazing that one seed produces so many different fruit. It brings, and I think a lot of people find it difficult knowing when to branch. So it's like you got to get that trunk of that seed built real solid before you try to branch. Otherwise, it'll fall off. It can't support itself. The leaves will die off. And so you got to stick to your core. If you an apple, then you stick with apples. Apple cider, apple pancakes, because you all think apple at the core. And if you stick to that, you'll always be successful because you're staying true to your DNA.
True.
You're staying true to the game. So, man, I love what you just did. That's encouraging for so many people. Just hearing you say that, even myself, I ain't sold 3 companies yet and built all that, but I know it's on the way.
Oh, for sure. It's always on the way. As long as you can see it, it's there.
Right. So listen, we're going to make this jump now, talk about tonight's topic at hand, and that is, as a male, many times, we'll have a significant other and they'll say, ooh, I know that you always work on, so-and-so, whether it's at church, whether it's on the job, wherever, there's that type, and it can cause friction. Now, from your perspective, what should a brother do when he's catching grief because of his type is in the picture?
Well, I know that a lot of people they got their work life, and they got their home life. I know people that got a work wife and they actual wife, work husband, actual husband. I've seen it, and it's not something that gets like crazy disrespectful. It's just like like you can tell that's the person that they relate to the most, and everything is cool. Oh, here they come in together, yada yada. And it's funny until the wife or the husband pull up, and it's like, oh, everybody get all weird and quiet and stuff, and like, what's going on? And so when it comes to that, I feel like you gotta communicate in a sense. You gotta communicate. Me personally, I don't have that problem because my wife like women.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. So you've been blessed in that area.
Hey, you know what? It was a blessing. But my wife don't play around. She don't play no games. So let's put it like this. I would never bring and be like, hey, check this person out. I think they're, yeah. It would be like, hey, like, you ever met such and such, and see how it play out. If we play it out, cool. Everybody good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe things happening, maybe not. It's whatever. It just depends on the relationship. I feel like there should be an understanding between, your husband or you and your wife or whatever. You should definitely know what to do and what not to do. If you are at work with your type and she is clearly your type, your wife is your type, and you're like, man, like this is off. All right. You can try to leave it in the dark, but it's just gonna get messy no matter what. It's gonna get messy no matter what. So you might as well bring it to the light, babe. Me such and such, make sure they friends, whatever. Get it out the way because you're gonna get in trouble no matter what. You'll get in trouble no matter what. Okay, so just get it out there. It's like when you was a kid and you got in trouble at school, and you're like, man, I don't know if I want to say something when I get home because I really don't want this butt whooping. And so you got to think like, I should take the risk and not say nothing. Right. But guess what? They end up finding out anyway. The teacher calling or something gonna happen. There's some kind of report. Next thing you know, oh, so you just wasn't gonna tell me. Now you catching the ass whooping. Now you probably catching double the ass whooping because you didn't say nothing. You just had to be sneaky with it. You gotta be open and be like, look, such is real cool. She reminds me a lot of you. You guys should meet. Of course, your wife's gonna be like, reminds me a lot of you. What you talking about? And so you're like, y'all just meet. So y'all meet. It's gonna be weird. You see what happened, but at least people, at least they know each other, at least they met, and then you can go from there. Because you're going to get this no matter what. No matter what. There's nothing that you could do. There's nothing that you could do to fix that. Now, if they become best friends, thank you. You know, now we cool. And now, depending on your relationship, maybe it comes cool. I'm a firm believer that you shouldn't shit where you eat. So never, even if you're single, you never deal with somebody you work with, because if that don't work out, now you in trouble. And women always have the higher leverage. They are always in control. Understand that. You will lose your job in a heartbeat over some goofy stuff. So that's why I say let them meet, because you shouldn't be trying to knock down a old girl that's at your job anyway. That's a bad move. That's a bad business move. It's a bad move altogether. Trust me, I know. It happened to me before I got married and I was living in Houston, Texas. I made that mistake of knocking down multiples at my job, and I should not have done that. That was horrible decision. But I was just, I was thinking with the man downstairs. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking with the man downstairs and not the one in my head and wrong head. You know what I mean? So, any advice to those out there, if you're married or you got a girlfriend and she and you got somebody that's your type at work, don't do it. Don't do it at work. If you feel like y'all gonna be real cool, whatever, let them meet. There's plenty of times where I let whoever I was really cool with at work meet my wife, whether she approved of it or not. I'll find out afterward. If she don't like her, hey, my wife don't like you, dog. I don't know what you did, but that it is what it is.
Right. Man, so did you get fired?
No, I could have gotten fired though. I was like really close to getting fired. The only reason I didn't get fired is because I mended it with the main person. The main person that ruined the whole thing, I mended it, and we ended up being cool.
So you had multiple, but one of them was real explosive. That one explosive one that was setting everybody else off.
Bro, yeah. I walked in. When I tell you I walked in and everybody was like this, I was like, oh, no. What happened? And so I got pulled outside like 2 or 3 times by 3 different girls. It was a mess. It was like, so I didn't know you was with such and such, or you didn't tell me. Wow. And so other ones, they understood. I was like, look, like we just now. I had just moved to Houston, so I didn't really know anybody. I was like, I don't know anybody, so this is, y'all are who I know. Because one of the dudes pulled me to the side. Older cat, he was like, "You're not supposed to lay pipe where you work, bro. You know the rule. You gonna mess up the whole vibe." And I was like, first of all, I know you hit the manager. I know you hitting the manager, so don't tell me that, okay? I was like, but I don't know anybody here. All right, I'm new.
Wow.
So, but yeah, it was rough. But I got lucky and mended the relationship with the person that was hurt the most, and it saved my job for as long as I was there.
Wow. All right. So let's talk about that. So a little bit more. So what can you say? You kissed a lot of butt, obviously. I mean, how did you mend something like that? She hot.
So what did I say? She was the last person.
Did you grovel? I mean, what?
She was the last person that I spoke to. So I spoke with a few others and they told me what happened. I was like, okay. So I amended, everything was cool with them. And they're like, well, you need to make a decision because, you can't just be out here laying pipe with everybody. And I was like, all right, that's fair. Okay, I'm sorry. So we was cool, but I think they were older than me. So they were more understanding, on a more mature side. She was hurt. We talked. And at first she was mad. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna give you some space. Because clearly you're not trying to talk to me. So I talked to the general manager. I was like, hey, I know I messed up, but I was one of her best employees at the time. So I knew I was hoping she wasn't gonna fire me. Like, look, can you just switch me schedules with such and such? That way, we ain't gotta deal with this. I'll work nights for right now. So she was like, all right. So I dealt with that. I let about a week go by, and then I ran up. I was like, yo, like, you still hot? Like, can we talk? And so we talked and we ended up dating. That was the main thing. Cause she was like, you was out here, with everybody, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, all right, how can I keep and make it cool to where she got my back and I ain't got to worry about her doing no reckless stuff, because she seemed like the type of person to be petty. And so I was like, I'm going to have to date her. I'm going to date her for a little bit and see what happened. And so I dated her and I clicked everything down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I clinked everything down. I was safe. Everybody, people would like, other two was kind of mad. It was like, you dating her? I was like, yo, man, it just happened. We talked. We just been hanging out, whatever. It was like, I was like, but we still cool, right? And they was like, But it ended up being straight. It was still off, but it ended up still being cool. I kept my job because my money was the most important thing. I wasn't worried about nobody's feelings. I was worried about my bread. I got bills to pay. So I was 22?
Wow, bro.
21, 22 at the time. So, I just bought another car.
Okay.
I was like, look, I gotta have this money. So, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man. You went strong, man. You said you went ahead and locked it down.
For a little bit, we dated for a couple months, and then I moved.
Oh, couple months. Oh, bro. Couple months. That's all you had to do.
Yep, couple months. You know what I'm saying? Couple. You know what I'm saying? Couple months of time. That ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. I was out.
Right. Hey, you did it like a 3 month, 60 day in the slammer.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. I see you. Okay, that's good. Since you're in that position though, having that flexible relationship, what would you say to somebody else though? Who don't necessarily have that? I mean, how would you guide them? I mean, is his type? I mean, you know what that's like. You showing up on the job or wherever, y'all vibe. So the only thing is just tell her.
But you gotta keep it 100.
That's it.
If you are just in a boyfriend girlfriend relationship, like I can't tell you what to do on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your loins is pulling at you to knock it down or whatever it is. Don't, when in Rome, go home with it. I don't know. I say it's not the smartest thing to do.
Hey, we're trouble, bro. No. Okay. All right. Hey, that's the male perspective.
I mean, I don't know. If you married,
the male perspective.
If you're spiritually married to somebody, you are already spiritually connected to somebody else. The temptation is grabbing you. You definitely you gotta say something. You gotta say something to both of them. Be like, look, I like you. You're my type. It's cool, but I'm gonna get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You gonna mess around and say something goofy or text something goofy or something like that, and I'm gonna get in trouble. And I'm not trying to get in trouble. I gotta live with her. You don't. There's a difference. So you gotta use it up here, and talk to your woman. Be like, look, I gotta tell you something. You're not gonna like it, but I gotta tell you that this girl that I'm working with. She remind me a lot of you, yada, 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 whatever. I ain't nothing happen. We ain't made no move. Ain't no real flirting. Well, I don't know. Can you say that? Like, it's just, it's conversation. It's conversation. But I don't know. I don't know if y'all, you want to meet her or what, because someone I'm gonna be working with for a while. So I don't want to be having these conversations with her and you not know what's going on. I just want you to know I'm coming back to the crib, letting you know this, because I don't want you out here feeling like you're looking stupid, because women hate to look stupid.
Wow.
They hate not knowing, and they hate looking.
Woo!
So you tell, you like, look, this is what's going on, yada yada. I'm just letting you know because we cool, everything is cool. Everybody be joking around like, oh, your work wife, but I ain't looking no mood. It ain't me. I just, and I don't think she trying, but I don't know. I just, you wanna can you meet her? Can y'all meet? She gonna like, I don't want to meet her. I know you don't want to meet her, but it's just safe. It's safe for me. I'm not trying to get in trouble. So telling your wife, what's going on is the safest way to do it. It's gonna suck, but you gotta know that you're gonna get the griping no matter what. You're gonna get the side talks no matter what. You're gonna get the pettiness no matter what. That's just what happens when you're dealing with another female. Even if you're not dealing with her in that way, you still gonna get that. Oh, you going to work with your girlfriend. All right, you going home when you going to work with your second wife? Y'all eating together? Huh? Should I pack her a lunch too? You know what I'm saying? There's stuff like that that's always gonna happen. You just gotta. But I'd rather take the pettiness and have told you, like, look, at least I told you. I told you who she was, whatever. She ain't did nothing disrespectful. I'm just letting you know, just in case word get back to you, and you like, well, what's this? You know now. You know way before anybody can come tell you. I don't want nobody coming to tell my wife something that I should have told her already. So, but if she's not your wife, she's your girlfriend, and you don't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not really, you ain't planning on getting married. Y'all ain't engaged or nothing like that. Look, you live your life.
Wow, man, you said a lot, bro. That's good. One of the things that I think is powerful, just the whole being honest, like just putting it all on the table, and then, you said women hate being out here looking stupid. Ugh. So. I have no theory. That advice right there says it all. That right there says it all. Just for that reason alone, to escape the scorn of looking stupid, just tell the truth.
Hell has no
fear. Tell the truth. Okay. I like. Well, bro, that was it. That was good, man. Appreciate you.
Are you all right?
Now follow up for those who are watching. We were talking about main topic of what to do when you work, play, spend time with a female who is your type. How do you manage that with your significant other? We've had our guest on, Levi Lawrence III. So stay tuned. Tune in next time as we have some additional topics from the male perspective, where we talk about entrepreneurship, spirituality, and relationship, i.e. sex. Now, for those of you who tried to catch the first stream, I see that it is not streaming. So we will share this and make sure so you can hear the wonderful jewels that my brother Levi has been dropping. So we apologize for a technical difficulty. We will definitely have to have him on one more time and we can get it right. So until then, peace out. From the male perspective.